Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're unpacking something absolutely fascinating, the profound physics of flight. But get this, we aren't cracking open some massive, dusty textbook. Instead, we're going to look at how this enormous, complex topic is contained entirely within a highly optimized 30-second script specifically designed for the 916 vertical format. It is quite literally a masterclass in concise communication, and we're going to break down exactly how it pulls this off. Okay, let's dive into this. 400, as in a 400-ton aircraft. Just stop and think about the sheer massive scale of a 400-ton machine sitting on a runway. It's mind-boggling. Now, I want you to juxtapose that massive physical weight against the tiny, fleeting medium of a 916 short-form vertical feed on your phone. Like, how do you possibly explain the physics of something that huge in a window that small in under half a minute? Well, it requires absolute precision in language. And that precision starts immediately with a hook. The source material opens right out of the gate with, "What if I told you a 400-ton airplane flies because of air?" This is exact. It's totally deliberate. This hook is specifically engineered to instantly grab a scroller's attention within the very first moments. It takes something impossibly heavy, 400 tons, and brilliantly contrasts it with something completely invisible and seemingly weightless, like air. It creates this immediate knowledge gap that basically forces the viewer to stop swiping and start listening. To understand exactly how this is achieved, here is our roadmap. We'll look at the hook from 0 to 3 seconds, the physics body from 3 to 25 seconds, and finally, the ending from 25 to 30 seconds. All right, moving right along to the 22-second physics sprint. This 3 to 25-second block is where the heavy lifting of the scientific explanation actually happens. You have exactly 22 seconds to take the viewer from total curiosity to actual understanding. The script kicks off its explanation with these exact words: "Wings split the air." Let's just isolate this specific phrase for a second. Notice how incredibly efficiently it distills the complex fluid dynamics of forward motion. In just 4 short words, the script gives you this vivid, action-oriented mental image. You don't need a degree in aerodynamics to visualize a solid object actively slicing through an invisible medium. It immediately grounds the physics in reality. So once the air is split, the script immediately introduces our first major force. Lift is created by the wing's shape. The source material directly links the physical geometry of the airplane, the specific shape of that wing, to the creation of upward lift as it moves through that split air. It's basic cause and effect, delivered in literal milliseconds. Shape creates lift. Boom, you've just learned the most critical component of flight. Now, what's really interesting about the slide is how the script rapidly introduces the second necessary ingredient: thrust, provided by the engines to keep moving forward. The script perfectly partners engine thrust with the lift we just talked about. Because, think about it, without the forward momentum created by the engines, the wings just can't split the air, and therefore, the shape can't create the lift. The 916 format simply doesn't have time to get bogged down. It just links concept A directly to concept B. But obviously, an airplane doesn't exist in a vacuum, so the script introduces the full picture: lift, thrust, gravity, and drag. By listing these 4 fundamental forces out exactly as they appear in the source, the script sets the stage for how they interact up in the sky. It's essentially giving the viewer all the pieces of the puzzle right before snapping them all together. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how those pieces snap together. The source text explicitly states that these forces must work in balance. On one side, lift and thrust push up and forward. Opposing them, you've got gravity and drag pulling down and back. The sheer genius of the script here is taking these 4 competing physical forces and boiling their entire complex relationship down to that one single beautiful word: balance. Which brings us right to the payoff. Because of that balance, we get this result from the source text, allowing even huge aircraft to stay in the sky. Notice how this 22-second physics sprint perfectly resolves the massive 400-ton premise we established way back in the hook? It directly answers the question. We started with the mystery of a 400-ton machine, and now, through lift, thrust, and balance, we understand exactly how that huge aircraft is sustained in the air. The loop is totally closed. But hey, we aren't quite finished yet. 5. We only have 5 seconds left on our timeline as we shift out of the physics body and into the ending block. The educational sprint is over for sure, but the creator still needs to wrap this whole thing up and convert the viewer's newfound knowledge into a direct action. The source explicitly does this by asking, "Pretty amazing, right?" This happens exactly at the 25-second mark. Just think about why the script includes this. It isn't just filler, right? It builds a sense of shared wonder and connection with the viewer. It's essentially the creator virtually high-fiving the audience, acknowledging that what they just learned together over the last 20 seconds is, in fact, genuinely awesome. So, the crucial point is what immediately follows that moment of connection. The final line of the source text is, "Follow for more quick science facts in under 30 seconds." The script uses its absolute final moments for a crystal clear call to action. It reminds the viewer of the value they just received, those quick science facts, and tells them exactly how to get more of it. It perfectly rounds out the strategic goals of a 916 format creator. We've just dissected a total masterclass in communication. We've seen exactly how precise hooks, concise physics, and a clear resolution completely conquer the 916 vertical feed. So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. If 400 tons of flight can be explained in just 30 seconds, what other massive mysteries fit in the palm of your hand? Keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.